From the moment Saquon Barkley stepped into the NFL, the hype was off the charts. Second overall pick, insane combine numbers, a highlight reel that looked like it was built in a video game, but not everyone bought into the buzz. Just a few seasons in, some analysts started calling him overrated, not because he lacked talent, but because his style wasn't translating to wins. One of the loudest critics? Former NFL player Chris Canty, who called Saquon one of the most overrated players in the league. That take went viral, and it hit a nerve with fans. The main argument? Barkley was addicted to the big play. Instead of hitting consistent 3 to 5 yard gains, he was dancing behind the line looking for home runs and getting stuffed. Coaches quietly echoed the sentiment. Too many negative plays, too few drive-sustaining runs. Even among fans, the whispers started to spread. Incredible athlete, but is he really a reliable RB1? The idea that Barkley was a flashy back without the fundamentals started to stick, but that wasn't the whole story. After 5 roller coaster seasons with the New York Giants, marked by flashes of brilliance, injuries, and constant media pressure, things came to a boiling point. Contract talks in 2024 got messy. Barkley wanted to be paid like a top-tier back. The Giants? Not so much. They offered what he later called a disrespectful deal. It wasn't just about the money, it was about the message. We don't believe in you anymore. So Barkley walked, not just away from the team, but straight into the arms of a division rival. When he signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, fans lost their minds. Giants fans felt betrayed. Eagles fans were skeptical. But Saquon didn't say a word. He just started working, and what followed silenced almost everyone. In 2024, he didn't just bounce back, he exploded. Over 2,000 total yards, a new career high, 15 touchdowns, named Offensive Player of the Year. Suddenly, the overrated label started to look a little ridiculous. But while the numbers were elite, the controversy was far from over. The moment Barkley suited up in that midnight green Eagles jersey, the internet split in two. Giants fans felt betrayed. This was their guy, their franchise face. He'd been the heart of the locker room, the only reason some fans even tuned in during rough seasons. And now, he was helping Philly chase a Super Bowl. Some called him a traitor, others went even further, burning his jersey, blasting him online, calling him overhyped and all stats, no wins. But there was another side. A quieter group of Giants fans admitted the truth. Barkley had been nothing but loyal. He played through injuries, showed up as a leader, and never threw the team under the bus, even when things were clearly falling apart behind the scenes. And when they lowballed him, he made the only move that made sense for his career. Ironically, his departure hit the Giants harder than expected. Reports from inside the organization said the team struggled without his leadership. He wasn't just a running back, he was the voice in the locker room, the one players looked to when things got tough. Still, while he thrived in Philly, his past followed him. And then came the controversies that no one saw coming. Just as Barkley was riding high, setting records, winning awards, and proving doubters wrong, 2 unexpected storms hit back to back. First came the Madden cover leak. Rumors swirled that Saquon would be featured on the cover of Madden NFL 26. On paper, it was a career-defining honor, but for die-hard football fans, it triggered something else: fear. The Madden curse. Player after player had suffered freak injuries or massive fall-offs after landing the cover. Some fans weren't celebrating Barkley's moment. They were warning him. "Hope he got injury insurance," one user joked. Another wrote, "He just signed his downfall." And then it got political. Photos surfaced of Barkley playing a casual round of golf with Donald Trump. Instantly, social media lit up. Some praised him for not getting political. Others accused him of choosing sides. The backlash was brutal. Hashtags, think pieces, even fans threatening to boycott his merch. It was messy. To make things weirder, Jets star Sauce Gardner tried to calm the storm by cracking jokes online, saying Barkley just wanted to work on his swing, not his Senate run. It didn't help much. Suddenly, the guy who had just proved everyone wrong was getting dragged again. Not for how he played, but for who he played golf with. And while the headlines raged, Barkley stayed quiet. He never addressed it, but off the field he was already working on something much bigger. While the media obsessed over who Saquon was seen golfing with, he was already playing a different game, one with much higher stakes. Behind the scenes, Barkley had started making major moves to control his own image and legacy. He filed a trademark for Saquon Barkley, a bold alter ego he planned to use for branding, merch, and media projects. It wasn't just a nickname, it was a business play, a way to separate the athlete from the icon. But it didn't stop at branding. He also began speaking out more, especially about NFL contracts and player safety. After years of watching teammates get cut, unpaid, or ignored after injuries, Barkley publicly pushed for guaranteed contracts. In a league where careers can end in a single snap, he argued that players deserved real protection, financial and physical. These weren't soft interviews or throwaway comments. He was taking a risk, challenging the system that signs his checks. And not everyone liked that. But Barkley didn't seem to care. Whether fans agreed or not, he was stepping into a new role. Not just a player, but an advocate. The question now wasn't just about how many yards he could run, it was about how far he could push the boundaries of what a modern NFL star is allowed to be. And yet, on the field, something else was quietly building. While Barkley's 2024 season was legendary on paper, it came with a hidden cost, one that's starting to raise serious questions among insiders. He touched the ball more than 480 times, a workload that puts him in the same danger zone as legendary backs whose careers crashed hard after peak seasons. Names like Larry Johnson and DeMarco Murray come to mind, guys who went from dominant to done almost overnight. At 28 years old, Barkley isn't old by most standards, but for a running back in today's NFL, that's approaching dangerous territory. And despite all his production, there's one knock that analysts keep bringing up: his limited role as a receiver. While other elite backs like Christian McCaffrey or Alvin Kamara rack up massive receiving yards, Barkley's numbers in the passing game have dipped. Some say it's a system issue, others say it shows his skill set isn't aging as well as people think. Even fans are starting to ask, can his body hold up? Can the Eagles lean on him like this again? Or did we just witness the last peak season of a running back who burned too hot too fast? And if that's true, was it all worth it? So, is Saquon Barkley overrated? It depends on how you define greatness. If you're looking at numbers, awards, and jaw-dropping highlights, Barkley's resume speaks for itself. He's silenced critics, shattered expectations, and proved he can carry a franchise on his back. Literally. But if you're looking at longevity, consistency, and impact beyond the stat sheet, the picture gets more complicated. His injury history, home run or bust play style, and sky-high workload raise real concerns, not to mention the off-field distractions and polarizing public image. The truth? Barkley is too talented to ignore, but also too unpredictable to fully trust. He's either rewriting the RB playbook or burning through the last pages of it. But what do you think? Is Saquon Barkley an all-time great in the making, or just a highlight machine with a short shelf life? Drop your take in the comments, because this debate, it's just getting started.